Hi, Beth.
Hi, Adam. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. Just wanted to say I absolutely loved both chapters. I didn't know what to expect going into them, and they surprised me in a very, very good way. So,
That means so much to me. End of interview. What more is there to say? Hey, everybody. Beth liked it. Let's watch this movie. What'd you like about it?
I really liked that it was a survival film, but it wasn't just them like literally surviving. It was like their relationship and
Uh,
then the future, and it was just great.
that's absolutely true. I thought that, and I picked up on the same thing when I read the script. Like, here's a chance to tell a survival story, a thriller, right? Edge of your seat, like action-packed adventure, but at the same time, another survival story of father and daughter who have a last. She's been estranged. She's, for obvious reasons, put up walls against him just to protect herself. And yet she's not just a pouty, moody teenager. Like, she's a full person, and it could go either way with these two, right? They could somehow form a new relationship of father daughter again, or they're going to walk their separate ways. And for that reason, I hope that both adults and parents and kids will get something out of it, and hopefully even watch it at the same time.
Um, So both chapters are releasing on the same day. Did you
Mm.
film them simultaneously?
Yeah, we filmed them at the same time. In fact, on day four of filming, I shot the last scene of the second movie. Which was kind of unusual. But yes, they were conceived always as two separate movies, but to try to do them at the same time. And I think in some ways that provided some opportunities because everything was really fresh on everybody's mind. A lot of times the sequel is done years later, but no, this was right there. This was immediate. So
Um, do you see this becoming the norm with film series?
what I certainly hope that if not a norm, it's at least something that can happen more frequently. And look, I'm the first to say I love series, right? I've done basically, made my career doing series for TV network and streaming. But I don't know about you, but to me, there's always been something that's been so great and satisfying about a 2 hour movie, that journey, that experience. And I love series, but committing to like 8, 10 episodes over 5 seasons, that's a lot of TV watching, right? There's something that could be really great in just this kind of more limited format and a kind of full ride, so to speak, within an hour and a half to 2 hour time frame.
Um, oh, I lost my place.
It's okay. Where are you?
So,
Where are you?
I'm in Georgia.
Georgia. Nice. Atlanta or somewhere else?
A little bit south of Atlanta in Americus.
Okay. I haven't been there, but I've been to Atlanta.
If you ever get a chance, stop by and say hi.
Okay, I will.
Um,
Knock, knock. Yeah.
Being a father yourself, what was it like for you tackling the horror aspect of this, but also that father-daughter relationship?
Yeah, that's one of the things that attracted me so much to this was that father-daughter story. And my girls are younger than the character of Alex, but I know that's around the corner. And you know, I even asked them just recently, hey, do you want to watch the movie? And they're not ready for it yet, which is probably a good thing. But I think uh first of all, I love being a girl dad. And I know how I feel like I'm learning from my kids all the time, you know, uh, um, and so this was a special opportunity to tell the story, and we got lucky too because not only the genesis, and I don't know if you or your viewers might know this, but the genesis started off as a father daughter origin, right? Where Aaron Kaplan, the producer, was taking his daughter, Jaden, his oldest daughter, on college tours. They were in the Boston area, and then they were making their way up to Dartmouth through the backwoods of New Hampshire. And on the way up there, and they're going through like, this dark wooded area, and there's very few houses, and what houses are set back far from the highway, and they look foreboding. Jaden suddenly kind of said, gosh, I hope our car doesn't break down. Can you imagine that? If it broke down, what would we do? And and Aaron, being the consummate producer, said, keep going. And they kind of talked out this idea, and that's where the movies were born. And then what's also great, Beth, is that we had a lot of uh, parent and offspring working on the movie in other departments because we were shooting out on Vancouver Island where there aren't a lot of crew. So there was a great sense of like family and connectivity, both on screen and off.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
That really knowing that now, it makes sense as to why the family connection is very strong.
yeah. Thanks.
Um, and Ryan and Amelie, they make the perfect father-daughter duo. What was it like working with them?
That's great. The Amelie was the last minute find. You kind of hear the story all the time, right? When people are, behind the scenes stories of like, oh, we were looking for this person and we couldn't find them, and we were about to, do this and that. It's exactly what happened with us. We met tons of great actors. They were all good. Um, Nobody was like a yes, that's the one, but the clock's ticking and we have to make a decision. And one desperate Hail Mary, I kind of reached out to some people I know, and somebody brought up Amelie's name. She'd been in that one movie, Night Swimming, and I watched it and I was like, oh, she's got a great quality. Where is she? What's she doing? Turns out she's in Germany, living there for a moment. We set up a Zoom, and I was shooting something else at the time, so it was like a Saturday Zoom, and I start reading the scenes with her, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's great because she was real. She made everything real and grounded, and she had this. You could tell there was a vulnerability, so you would care for her, but there was also clearly a strength there too. Because at one point I reversed roles because even though the second film was still being developed, I knew you'd have to see her in a different way. You'd have to see her stronger. So I was like, okay, now you play the dad. And to see that she would have that strength. And then I called up Ryan. I was like, I'm not going to tell you anything. Just look at this person I met. That's all I said. And within seconds of watching her, he's like, yes, she's the one. And she reminded him of his own daughter. So that was really nice.
That,
And they were just, they were both, we always knew that we wanted to make it that all the thrills and all the scares and all the action would be fun, but the movie doesn't work unless you care about these two, and they have to be real. And some of those early scenes in the car, some of them were improvised. We were just letting things happen because we were driving around in the car, and it's like, oh, say this, or be on your phone and take a peek over there. Like, every dad relates to this, right? You're kind of like looking over at the kid's phone, and they're like, "What are you doing?" So, just finding those little moments, which hopefully kept informing the films.
for sure. And just the ending to both of the films was just incredibly satisfying. I'm gonna run this after
Okay.
they premiere, but going from not talking to him to calling him dad to then
Yeah.
murdering the bad guy, it was just really satisfying. Like as a daughter, it was just
Oh, good.
so thank you for that.
No, thank you for saying that. That means a lot. Obviously, you and your voice matters most in this. You know what I mean? Because I don't know about you, but I always feel like when I'm manipulated in a movie where you just feel like somebody's tugging the thing to make you see that or make you, I just want to go take a shower afterwards, you know? But hopefully, you know, it felt earned and real and like, yeah, let's go for it, but we got to earn it. We got to get there. So that means a lot to me that you said that.
Um, and unfortunately, running out of time. I could talk with you forever about these, but my final question for you is, do you think that Alex went abroad or did she stay and hang out with her parents?
Oh, I think she went abroad, and I think they were on the next plane after her.
Okay, fair. So a little both.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think she stayed home.
Really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
after all that, just a quiet vacation and staycation at home.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Europe's always there. It's not going away. There'll be another time.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Um, well, thank you for
No,
chatting
thank you. I
again.
appreciate it. Great questions.